The stations of KUAM wishing you and yours a very happy holiday.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Several men involved in the Linda's Cafe riot appeared in court today. Crystal Paco has the very latest. And just days into their new terms, a pair of veteran policymakers already aren't able to see eye to eye, and they happen to be from the same party. And DOE is awarding millions in grant funding. Isa Baza has full details. Good evening, everybody, and Hafa Day. I'm Jason Salas, and these are tonight's top stories. Well, we bring you a side story to a tragedy, as back in October, bodyboarder Brian Cruz was out drinking with friends in Tumon when he was knocked unconscious and placed in the back of a sedan while his friends proceeded to Linda's Cafe to eat. That's where, as you know, a riot broke out involving several other men. And when police arrived, they discovered Cruz, who days later died from a severe head injury, still unconscious in the back of a car. Although they're not charged the connection to Cruz's death, 3 men stand trial for the violence that broke out at the East Agani restaurant that early morning. Trial started earlier this afternoon. Crystal Paco was in court and has more from opening statements.
Who punched who, and was the violence justified? According to prosecutor Thomas Newman, those are the only issues for the jury to decide.
It will be up to you, all you jurors, to determine 2 things in this case. Number 1, that in the early morning hours of October 22nd, 2016, these 3 defendants, Mr. Joven Santos, Mr. Christian Medina, Mr. Liberty Conception, committed assaults against victims at Linda's Cafe. And the second thing that it will be up for you to determine is whether or not these 3 defendants were justified in using violence either to defend themselves or to defend others.
Attorney David Lujan represents all 3 defendants. He proposed a different scenario to jurors, that his clients fell victim to violence and were merely trying to protect themselves. In opening statements on Thursday, he says Liberty Conception was brutally beaten outside, evidenced by his bloodied face, and that his friends, now his co-defendants, came to his rescue. One of the aggressors' defense alleges was Richard Regadio.
The evidence will show the Agat boys were not troublemakers that night. The evidence will show they were not the instigators. But the evidence will show that Mr. Regadio, decided to cooperate not only against Joven Santos, but against the 2 friends he was with that night, and that's J.C. White and Alfred Castro. And the evidence will show that Mr. Regadio got himself a sweetheart deal.
Just last week, Regadio entered a plea agreement in connection to the death of his friend, Brian Cruz, and will spend no time behind bars. Although unrelated to the Linda's Cafe incident, Cruz was allegedly knocked unconscious earlier that night by J.C. White. Alfredo Castro was also implicated as he assisted in placing Cruz in the back of the sedan. The men then drove to Linda's Cafe to eat, where they encountered trouble, and police found Cruz in the back of a car. Earlier today, Enrique Duenas entered a plea agreement for the Linda's Cafe riot. He pleaded guilty to a single charge of aggravated assault as a second-degree felony. His plea deal outlines a sentence range from 45 to 100 days imprisonment in exchange for his cooperation. According to attorney Lujan, although Duenas is now a witness for the government, his testimony will still prove in favor of the defense, who alleged self-defense was justified that night. Trial will resume on Friday morning, where surveillance footage will be presented to jurors. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Well, one woman was indicted in federal court in other news 2 months ago, but her files were initially placed under seal. Court documents state Colleen Renee Regis was indicted for attempted possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute 50 or more grams of crystal meth. She was arrested in the state of Washington and will appear in district court at the end of the month. Well, it now appears that scam artist Frances Kanata will get a fixed sentence for all her crimes. She initially made headlines for allegedly scamming a Guam girls softball team into buying airline tickets from her. And although she was never charged in the case, a handful of victims of her deception surfaced, and she was convicted by a Superior Court jury. Kanata still has other open cases, which prosecutor Joseph McDonald indicated will be resolved with a global plea offer, which is currently being drafted. Sentencing was continued for the 19th. In other news tonight, a 25-year-old man is behind bars accused of raping an 18-year-old woman at a UOG dorm room. Sean Michael Frank was arrested and charged with 3rd and 4th degree criminal sexual conduct. Court documents state the alleged rape occurred at a New Year's party that was eventually broken up by campus security. When interviewed by police, Frank admitted to having sex with the victim, but stated that it was consensual. He was booked and confined. In other news, a 30-year-old man is in critical condition following a single auto accident in Talafofo Wednesday afternoon. GPD says Hagåtña precinct officers responded to a 2003 Hyundai that ran off the roadway on Route 4 near Rancho Camacho. The victim, traveling southbound, struck a concrete telephone pole, causing several power lines to snap and fall onto the road. Roads were closed for several hours as GPA responded to repair and restore power to homes in the area. That incident is under investigation. Also tonight, one man was busted without a hunting license or tags, but in his possession was an injured baby deer. 50-year-old Vern Asuncion was booked and released for protection of wildlife animals. Conservation Officer Sergeant Mark Uggan says officers found the baby deer in Asuncion's truck after hours. The deer appeared to be paralyzed after being shot in the spine with a .22 caliber high-power rifle. That case is still open. Well, it's only been a few days into the new term, and already there's concern within the legislature of action taken on the Committee on Rules. Ken Quintanilla explains on our next story.
He's raised concern prior to and during the actual inauguration, and just days after being sworn in, Senator Frank Uggan Jr. isn't too happy with the recent action taken by the new Committee on Rules chairman.
My concern is that the chairman of the Committee on Rules has made a unilateral decision in taking funds out of a senator or a committee's budget. And in that particular case, the operations and the budgeting of this legislative body needs the concurrence of the committee, not the chairman of the Committee on Rules as a sole individual.
In a memo to the legislature's chief fiscal officer, core chairman Michael Sinicolas is rescinding $30,000 in lapsed funds given to each of the 9 majority senators in the 33rd Guam legislature. Senator Sinicolas says during the transition from the 33rd to the 34th Guam legislature, he uncovered the move to the Guam Congress building would be incurring additional costs that were not budgeted for.
So in order for us to make sure that we have the cash on hand to be able to properly transition, I reversed that gifting, and we're going to be holding those funds in reserve in order to make sure we can fund the transition that needs to take place between now and March.
Uggan says with the move, they need to consider any anticipated savings for the balance of this fiscal year.
So why take this $270,000 from senators' budgets, take it and let's return it to the Treasury so that we can pay for either prior year obligations or pay for small business vendors who can pay their employees and allow them to take care of their families.
We can take that under recommendation. The savings that the building is going to be incurring will be realized, but it's not cash in the bank. And the transition requires funds up front. With that savings, we can determine reallocations at that time, but I don't like to spend money until it's actually in the bank. If Senator Uggan thinks that we can incur expenses with savings that aren't even realized yet, he's mistaken.
And with this recent memo, Uggan's also questioning cost-saving measures proposed by Sinicolas, such as reducing central operations key staff.
It's a penny wise and a pound foolish, because you're taking from the bottom. You're taking from the hardworking central staff employees, and you're creating another position, a chief protocol officer position. So you're taking from the bottom and you're giving to the top. Is that sound fiscal responsibility as it applies to the operations?
Uggan questions this chief protocol officer position as its duties are already carried out by the sergeant at arms. Sinicolas says they are in fact different Adding with the new building, he wants to make sure it's properly maintained and handled. This position would have a salary in the range of $60,000 and is being budgeted from the rebalancing of the central office budget.
I'm actually in shock that he would make that statement. I would like for him to provide an example as to what he thinks sound physical management would be. But, there's an old saying that says that he who is wise in small things will be wise in bigger things. And so I hope that Senator Duggan, with his bigger ambitions, will take that to heart, that we have to be wise with the pennies if we're going to be wise with the pounds.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
Well, following a decision in a CNMI voting rights case, the attorney for a similar matter here on Guam has forwarded relevant information to Chief Judge Francis Tydenko Gatewood. J. Christian Adams represents Dave Davis, who filed a lawsuit after he was prohibited from registering to vote on Guam's political status. While parties in the case presented their arguments in a 2016 hearing in district court, Adams submitted the decision in the CNMI case as a notice of new relevant authority, as he says. Earlier this week, both Adams and political analyst Ron McNinch stated the CNMI case was similar to the Guam case and could weigh heavily on the court's decision. Well, a Florida veteran with ties to Guam has alleged the military is responsible for his over 24 diseases, including multiple cancers. According to WFLA in Florida, Leroy Foster was stationed at Anderson Air Force Base in the 60s and 70s and was duty to spray hundreds of thousands of gallons of Agent Orange for vegetation control. Archives show Foster made similar allegations in 2011 and called on the president to launch a full investigation. The DoD's denied the use of herbicide, which is linked to several cancers, heart disease, and more diseases. Please stay tuned, everybody. We are back right after this.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Do you want to get discounts at local restaurants like Lone Star, CPK, Capricciosa, Delmonico Kitchen and Bar, Manhattan Steakhouse, Tony Roma's, and lots more? What about 25% off on all natural and organic items at Payless Supermarkets daily? It's all part of Guam's largest rewards club, the Calvo's Lifestyle Club. Join today for free as an added benefit to being a Calvo's Insurance customer. Just show your Lifestyle Club card at over 50 of our rewards partners to start saving more. It's just one of the ways Calvo's Insurance helps you live a better lifestyle.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against IT&E's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. IT&E's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at IT&E. IT&E has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at IT&E. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Get ready to take flight at the 2017 United Airlines Guam Marathon, April 9th. Register now for the 5K, 10K, half, and full marathon. 4 races in one great event. Run in paradise with thousands of local and international runners. Enjoy new features such as the Holiday Expo, the Barbecue Beach Party, and the upcoming Runners Perk program, Eat, Shop, Run. Learn more. Visit our Facebook or Instagram and register now at UnitedGuamMarathon.com.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back to Primetime, everybody. In just a few days' time, DOE should see a $26 million cash infusion, thanks to the latest award from Uncle Sam. Issa Baza has more.
It's good news for a cash-strapped Guam Department of Education, a $26 million grant from the federal government. At a time when every penny counts. Acting Superintendent Joe Sanchez.
Sometime last week, we got the final notice of the award. We're just waiting for the technical pieces to set in.
Thanks to changes stemming from the Every Student Succeeds Act, Guam received an extra $2 million from the U.S. Department of Education this year.
So there's been an increase in the amount that we receive annually.
In order to properly manage the consolidated grant funding, GDOE is holding a training for employees at the Dusatani Guam Resort this week to discuss compliance issues, including civil rights training on Title IX and Title II.
The consolidated grant actually funds a lot of our major programs, including our after-school program. It funds the SRO program that we have with the judiciary. It funds after-school program. So it's a big resource for our schools when it comes to supporting student achievement.
Sanchez said the extra cash is a welcome change for the financially strapped department, which continues to look at alternative methods of conserving funds.
So knowing that we're a little cash strapped, we're working with US Ed, we're working with our internal offices and our third-party fiduciary agent to see if we can come up with a process that will allow us to access the federal funds first, so we don't need to use local funds to cover the cost of personnel.
DOE will be working on the grant's implementation as well as issues surrounding Guam's high-risk status before a visit from US Ed next month. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
In other island news headlines, a 2016 year-end government report shows local prices remain steady, except for a single glaring exception. The Consumer Price Index summary by the Bureau of Stats and Plans indicates the overall price level was 7% higher than last year. Mr. Lecanto gives you the final numbers.
Much of that increase, though, can be attributed to a dramatic rise in hospital rates early last year. That's according to Bureau of Statistics Chief Economist Albert Perez. He says the GMH fee increase alone accounts for 6.1% of the 7.1% overall CPI increase from a year ago. Otherwise, Perez says, prices remained stable and in many cases went down. In particular, he says food prices were lower, similar to the decreases nationally. The report indicates a 2.6% quarterly drop in the overall food index and a 3.5% year-on-year decrease. Some selected items, egg prices fell a whopping 36% from a year ago. Fresh vegetables dropped 12% year-on-year, and fish and seafood products edged 1.2% lower from a year ago. Rent and lodging prices increased marginally in the fourth quarter compared to the previous quarter, but decreased 2.5% compared to the same period last year. Electricity prices were unchanged from the previous quarter and down 2.4% from a year ago. But we should note, though, that there is a GPA rate increase proposal now before the Public Utilities Commission. Meanwhile, motor fuel prices increased 4.3% quarter on quarter and 2.7% year on year. On average, the report says the price level decreased 0.8% if you take out the increase in GMH user fees. Perez says factors he is watching for the year ahead that could impact prices include the continued H2 labor shortage and the proposed increase in minimum wage. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Well, the new legislative speaker in other news has introduced his first bill in the 34th legislature. B.J. Cruz's Bill 3 would require the administration to, quote, choose the most economical and beneficial health care insurance proposal for GovGuam employees and retirees and foster kids. If the bill sounds familiar, it's because Cruz introduced it in the last term. He says he introduced the bill last year as a response to the administration, quote, choosing a health insurance contract costing millions more than its alternative, a decision he said, quoting him again, ultimately jeopardized retirees' medical, dental, and life insurance coverage last summer. As a result, Bill 3 requires beginning fiscal year 2018, the administration choose the health insurance option, providing the most affordable deal to taxpayers and achieves the coverage employees and retirees deserve. Well, in response, the Calvo administration is cautioning the speaker as well as the legislature to proceed with due diligence and wisdom. The speaker states the administration would be required to choose, as I just said, the most economical health insurance proposal. And Adelup says for the last couple of years, they've chosen the best value to ensure quality of life for GovGuam staffers. They note that in 2012, legislation authored by Ben Pangilinan and Cruz became law, requiring the administration to seek out multiple health insurance carriers, which would be more costly than having a single provider. Adelup states they still believe they should provide thousands of GovGuam staffers and retirees choice and quality health insurance versus the cheapest health insurance plan. They say, quote, "This is not a game. Reducing the benefits of employees to cheap versus quality and choice could mean the difference between life and death." Well, after serving the court system for more than 5 years, Josh Tenorio announced his resignation as court administrator Wednesday. He says the decision was made with quite the heavy heart.
It's been an awesome experience. I've been helping to lead a lot of the court improvement projects, so it was a little bittersweet for me to leave my post. It is probably the most meaningful one I've had in my entire career in the government, but in order for me to be able to get more involved in the community and be able to have some personal opinions about things going on, I have to come out of the court.
When we asked him if he plans to run for lieutenant governor possibly in the next gubernatorial election, granted 2 years away, he said he can't talk about it just yet. He officially resigns from his post on January the 13th and will move to an executive position within the island's private sector. While the Guam Regional Transit Authority, in other news, is still looking for stakeholders to become part of an advisory group before deciding on whether to move forward with an increase in bus fares. During its last meeting, the board decided to hold off on the proposed increase until an advisory group came up with more recommendations. Executive Manager Rick Augustine says only 4 people have come forward to volunteer so far. It's supposed to consist of 9 members representing different sectors of the community who have 2 months of formation to come up with recommendations. To sign up, you can visit GRTA's office at DPW. The board meets on the 17th to discuss the next steps. Well, Decision 2016 may be over, but several candidates still have deficits or surpluses in their contributions and expenditures report that need to be taken care of. The GEC reminds candidates that this Friday is the due date to submit a follow-up report on whether they eliminated their deficit or transferred over their surplus before they can close the books on the election. There were 29 candidates with a surplus and 26 with a deficit. For the time being, while the 2018 elections are still 2 years away, the GEC reminds any potential candidate who spends or collects at least $250 for the next campaign to file a report with the GEC. And finally tonight, former Senator Chris Duenas has been named president of the Guam Housing Corporation. The board unanimously approved his nomination from the governor during a special meeting on Wednesday. Duenas served in the 31st and 32nd legislatures as director of the Department of Land Management separately. He recently served as the governor's advisor on legislative and external affairs. He fills a position left vacant following the passing of former President Martin Benevente. Please stay tuned, everybody, because coming up, Chris Barnett has a day in sports, and later, KUAM is recognized. Stay tuned.
Thank you for an amazing year. This 2017, get ready for suspense, romance,
drama, action.
So bring on the new year. We are ready to capture more moments with you. Happy New Year from GTA.
I prepare, I train through strength, determination, and focus. You can overcome anything because every step, every move brings you closer to your goals. This is what makes you an alpha.
2016 is rapidly coming to an end. The best time to buy your next vehicle is now during Cars Plus year-end blowout sales event. Now's the time to buy with confidence and save thousands on the award-winning 2017 Hyundai lineup, like the Hyundai Accent, now starting at $12,717, or the Hyundai Elantra, now starting at $16,917. How about the beautifully redesigned 2017 Hyundai Tucson, now starting at just $19,917, or save $5,000 off the Hyundai Santa Fe. Hurry in today. Our year-end blowout sales event absolutely ends Saturday, December 31st. Cars Plus, driven by you.
This is what precision sounds like. Sound dampening technologies like triple door seals that help keep outside noise out.
Boy, talk about getting out of a tight spot.
Introducing the midsize pickup only GMC could build.
In more ways than one.
The finely crafted 2016 Canyon from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Day, Guam, Chris Barnett. Whoa, this is like the first Thursday of 2017. Man, pumped. Coming up, news on the Academy Cougars Fund Run. But first, let's kick it off with one of Guam Golf's shining stars.
Guam's top junior golfer making a name for himself off island as well. Brent Solis, the IIAAG's three-time defending boys golf champion, closed out his 2016 by taking the top spot in Hawaii's Barbers Point Junior Open. Solis finishing first out of a field of 25 golfers with scores of 70 and 73 in the two-day tourney. In fact, Solis competed in 2 Hawaiian junior golf tournaments in December, also taking second out of 12 in the Lelehua Junior Open. As he prepares for the Asian Junior Golf Association's junior qualifying series in China, Solis can't help but notice junior golf on Guam is on the rise, and he humbly says there are others who will hit the links and rep the island.
They've all become better. I've seen them grow with myself, like skill-wise, so they've improved.
Solis has three-peated as the high school golf champ, but he admits it hasn't always been easy, even though he's made being top golfer par for the course.
It has improved over these last 3-4 years. There's been more players playing now, and it's become more competitive.
As Solis prepares for college, the father, Duenas Jr., says golfing was part of his plan to attract college offers, and his plan is coming together nicely. He's been approached by Cal State Long Beach and Grand Canyon U, and at just 16 years old, he's even ranked second in Guam's men's division. He thrives to compete off-island, saying it's helped him sharpen his golf game.
It's a good way for me to, kind of challenge myself against others and expose myself to good competition.
Solis says sometimes he does feel the pressure to succeed get to him, but then he goes zen.
I just try to keep to myself, play my own game, keep it simple, think of not
Buy, shop, play, and save just in time for the holiday season. Download the app now and start taking advantage of great deals. The Shop Guam E-Festival is a JVB signature event, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Make sure we're getting ready. Excuse me. Hey, Flacco, what's in the bag?
McDonald's new Mighty Wings.
Those look good. I'll play you for them.
For what, my wings?
First one to miss has to watch the other one eat.
Let's go. Left upright.
I want to eat off the scoreboard through the uprights. Oh, man. Not again.
Cap, you trying to get my wings?
Nah, I'm right here.
What's that noise?
It's your last chance to save big during the Triple J Auto Group's absolute year-end clearance. Get unbelievable savings on all remaining 2016s, plus many 2017s. Take advantage of our lowest prices of the year on Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $80 per paycheck, and used cars as low as $68 per paycheck. Every customer receives a free gift. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
At a judiciary stakeholder ceremony held earlier today, KUAM was among those recognized for continuous support with the courts. KUAM has served the community by posting traffic violator and fugitive files. The effort has led to an increase in apprehension rates and the AG's efforts to prosecute violators. Thanks so much for having us. Well, it is time to wish happy birthday to some very special Guamanians. These are tonight's Cold Stone Creamery birthday inductees, and they're started off with 11-year-old Ella Marie Garcia, our dancing diva. We love you very much, from your family and friends. Happy 10th birthday to Anthony Q. Munya Jr. tonight from all of your friends and family. And happy belated birthday wishes go out tonight to Melanie Peretto. It's easy to be a member of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Totally free and totally fun. Just go to KUAM.com. All right, Jonah Charfus is standing by. She has In the Mix. That is coming up now.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. Is presented by The Deli, located in the Jones & Guerrero building in Hagåtña. Open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Hafa Guam, welcome to the first episode of In the Mix for 2017. I'm Jonah Charfus. Thanks so much for tuning in. I have a great show lined up for you this evening. Coming up, it's Tulip Thursday, so you know what that means. Chris Barnett shares with us another tasty recipe using tulip luncheon meat. A little bit later, we have KUM Connections, where we get a sneak peek of the NBC new series, Emerald City. And we close out the show tonight with music from J.R. Cepeda featuring Rome. But first, it's a local beauty line. It's from farm to face. Here's more about Cham Glam. Beauty, as pure as it is powerful. Ursula Herrera is a co-owner and creator of Cham Glam Botanica, an incredible local line of beauty products made using, you guessed it, local flowers and plants. According to Herrera, the name Cham Glam was kind of like a buzzword she would use with her mom and close friends. The line, which was launched around Christmas, has generated a following of local bonitas that can be seen all over Facebook and Instagram, and features tiny pots full of vibrant color inspired by the island.
Let's try the achoti. And it actually, the color Judas is inspired by my mom, because she can wear the most gorgeous coral orange based lipsticks. I'm like, I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna make one. And so it just kind of all fell into place. The color extracted beautifully, as well as the Flores Rosa, you know, like aside from it being an amazing omelet, high vitamin C, and all the benefits of it, it extracts the color beautifully. So that kind of, and then we just have the agao, which is a healing balm. And so we're clear, it's also a lip balm, but it can be used for minor skin irritations.
And with Herrera's background, it's no surprise what she's doing.
I actually have a love of plants. I am a Surahana or Zoamti apprentice. I am involved with Halta Foundation, and I studied herbal science in college.
And add to that, being surrounded by the beauty of the island, the flora and fauna.
All of it just combined, like my mom, our grandmas, our aunties. Really, Cham Glam is Chamarita glamour, and just embracing that and showcasing it and enhancing it with our island's flowers.
She said the dream started when she was attending college at Bastyr University, an accredited, globally respected institution of natural health arts and sciences. She would make the move back to Guam in 2010 and became inspired.
I care about the environment and I care about what we put into our body and how much we're absorbing. And so I'm very conscious of that. And I was just like, there needs to be something accessible to our local community first. Like we don't have to be ordering it online. We don't have to be going and asking people to hoard it up.
This chamarita set her mind to it, determined to make products that was locally made and served as health food for your skin.
It's grown here. We're embracing it. We're supporting local and supporting our, this is farm to face. We have, farm to table, we have farm to face. This is, grown and produced here.
And the packaging is all about going green. She credits the artistry that is Cham Glam to local designer Jess Merrill.
We sourced it's recycled paper and non-toxic ink. And we have the bamboo lids, which are sustainable, and glass pots. And for the future, we will be offering a type of trade-in where you bring in your empty pots, we'll clean it out, and we'll sell you another one at a discounted price.
As for what the future has in store for Cham Glam,
we're actually excited to say that Valentine's, we're going to be launching in a little something in the works, but we definitely want to expand and create more non-toxic, eco-conscious beauty products made from on our island for our people.
Herrera thanks some key players.
Shout out to Guma. They're amazing. Guam unique merchandise and art. It wouldn't have been possible. They saw the dream. They saw the day. They made this daydream come to life, literally. So they actually have their next cycle coming up January 7th. Get in there, register, be part of it. Support local.
And of course, none of it would have been possible without the support and encouragement of co-owner and love of her life, PJ. For the very latest, follow at Cham Glam on Instagram and make sure to pick up Cham Glam products at the Guma Gallery located in the Chamorro Village. And don't forget to tell them that In the Mix sent you. Don't go anywhere because when we return, we have Chris Barnett and Tulip Thursdays. You're watching In the Mix.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
Thank you for an amazing year. This 2017, get ready for suspense, romance,
drama, action.
So bring on the new year. We are ready to capture more moments with you. Happy New Year from GTA.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that and I've replaced them with the white fillings and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
Health, home, and lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Isa Baza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
The year 2016 is definitely one for the history books, with several impactful events on the local and international scene. What got you buzzing, and what big issues will significantly affect our community in the new year? Get insider perspective and reflections on the year gone by from the KUAM News team.
Rehash 2016 on the stations and networks of KUAM and online at KUAM.com, the KUAM News mobile app, and our social media platforms. Happy New Year from Guam's news leader. Rehash 2016 is presented by GPA.
Watch Health Check every Tuesday for community health information, advisories, and news you and your family can use for leading a healthier lifestyle. Health Check during KUAM News Extras, Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
The Mix is presented by The Deli, located in the Jones and Guerrero building in Haggadah. Open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Hoffa and welcome back. Here's Chris Barnett with another tasty recipe using tulip luncheon meat.
Hoffa Day. Hey, it's Thursday. That must mean that I'm going to show you a recipe that's too easy, too convenient, too quick, too lit. That's right. Got a little special variation here on a French technique of the croque monsieur sandwich, also known as the egg in the hole, which you traditionally do with a piece of bread and you crack the egg right in the middle. But I'm going to flip that on its ear, and I'm going to do what I call egg in the tulip hole. We're going to start by making some squared slices. Okay, so we're going to cut down here. And I probably make about 4 slices per can. And now we've got to make our hole. And how I'm going to do that is I've got everybody loves those yellow chili peppers. Well, I saved a jar of them, and I'm going to actually use this jar to cut a hole in the tulip. What I want to do first, though, is I want to get a good sear on both sides of the tulip. So let's go ahead and put that down there. Turn this up a little bit. I'm going to crack this egg. I'm actually going to turn this down. And I'm going to... Bear with me here, Guam. I'm actually going to dump a little bit of that white down there because if it's going to be too much in there. All right, a little bit of that white. And you want to get that down there. All right, and then... Oh, yeah. We're going to have to act quickly because the whole time this is cooking, you know what I mean? The cooking time of the tulip is a lot quicker than the cooking time of the egg, so I came up with this idea to just kind of cover it. Cover it a little bit. Get there, get in there. We're going to let that steam. All right, so the big reveal. A little messy. But, you know, if you do it just right, I like my eggs runny, you know what I mean? It's just how I like it. And I'm going to do a little trick here. Add some cheese on top of that. Look at that. Man. All right, and we've got this one sunny side up here. That's pretty much done. We're going to cover this puppy and let that cheese melt. So yeah, you can do this, you know, hole in the tulip thing with, like I said, a sunny side up egg, maybe a scrambled eggs mix. And then something I thought about last night, get this. What if I were to whip up some pancake mix and pour pancake mix in the tulip hole? Boom! You know what I mean? A little bit of sweet, a little bit of savory. It's a classic flavor combination. We're going to go ahead and I want to plate one of these up here. I've got some nice brown jasmine rice. Look at that, man. Now, brown rice has a bad knack. You know what I like to say, though? Chamorros eat brown rice every day because after you put the finadeni on the rice now, it's brown. But brown rice has a bad rap, and I love this stuff. You know, I put a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and it's just so flavorful and delicious. So we're going to take this tulip in the hole. I'm going to put it right on top of that. And I brought some garnish with me. A little bit of black pepper, because I don't know where you get your eggs, but mine don't come with black pepper. All right, and then I have a little secret weapon here, some fried onions.
just to give a little texture. A little bit of fried garlic. And then, you know, let's put some green on it. A little bit of green onion, just like that. That is just, wow, look at that, man. That is just nice. Oh, and I think our cheese is, yep, look at that. Whoa. This egg, for those guys here that like their egg a little more cooked, we've got one of those right there. And now we have this cheesy, look at that. Wow. We're gonna go ahead and keep frying these up. All right, and like I said, you can do a bunch of different variations on the whole hole in the tulip thing, on the whole hole in the tulip thing. And tulip, it is pretty much everywhere. All right, as you can see, it looks really great. It's an egg in the tulip hole. It's too easy. That was too quick, too convenient. Winner, winner, tulip dinner or tulip breakfast, this looks like, huh? I want to thank you for joining me for another Tulip Thursday. My name is Chris Malfunction Barnett with the all-new Guam's favorite, I-94. Let's eat.
Now, for all the recipes, make sure to head over to youtube.com/KUM News. Stick around because we have KUM Connections when In the Mix continues.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against iTeeny's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. iTeeny's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at iTeeny. iTeeny has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at iTeeny. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Tourism. It's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
There's no place on Guam like Chuck E. Cheese's. It's tons of fun with so many games, and parties are a blast, where everyone has fun. Come and party at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam. Call and book your party today.
The year 2016 is definitely one for the history books, with several impactful events on the local and international scene. What got you buzzing, and what big issues will significantly affect our community in the new year? Get insider perspective and reflections on the year gone by from the KUAM News team.
Rehash 2016 on the stations and networks of KUAM and online at KUAM.com, the KUAM News mobile app, and our social media platforms. Happy New Year from Guam's news leader. Rehash 2016 is presented by GPA.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Is presented by The Deli, located in the Jones and Guerrero building in Hagåtña. Open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
And we're back. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this week's installment of KM Connections, we get a sneak peek of the new series heading to NBC TV8 called Emerald City, based on a line of books from L. Frank Baum.
I wish there was more. Oh my God.
Swept up into the eye of the tornado, 20-year-old Dorothy Gale is transported to another world, a mystical land where an all-powerful ruler, known as the Wizard, governs over one kingdom, has outlawed magic, and faces not only the wrath of a growing cauldron of witches, but a looming disaster brought on by a mythical force. Epic, romantic, and fantastical, Emerald City is an empowering tale of a young woman finding her true strength and identity, even as she battles to bring a divided world together. Audra Arona plays Dorothy.
Dorothy in this story is a very practical young woman who lives in a farm and is very down to earth, and it's very different from the original. A lot more real, I think, because I think that Dorothy in this version is dealing with great things that I think every woman or every person really deals with in a day-to-day basis. You know, she's dealing with insecurity issues, with self-doubt. She's dealing with abandonment issues, and not until she gets to this wonderful world of Oz is when she finally discovers, you know, her strengths and her inner hero. And Dorothy's ultimate need in this version is to sort of save people and help people.
Emerald City is based on the Land of Oz book series written by L. Frank Baum.
I've grown so much during this entire process. I mean, you start a project so big as this one, and you do end up dealing with insecurities and fears and all this stuff. And it's exactly what Dorothy is dealing with at the beginning of the story. And I think as, you know, it starts progressing, Dorothy starts finding her inner confidence, her inner self. She starts becoming a woman throughout this entire journey.
Playing the wizard is TV movie actor veteran Vincent D'Onofrio.
We all came into this kind of like, okay, we have this gigantic journey to go on, you know. And, you know, from the first day when we were shooting in Barcelona in Spain, you know, when everybody showed up and we were shooting in these Gaudi parks and where all of his architectures and designs, you just, you know, it was like the feeling of, okay, this is going to be wild. This is going to be something.
The 2-hour series premiere for Emerald City airs Saturday, January 7th at 8 p.m. only on NBC TV8.
This is going to be a hell of a show. This is really going to be something. I mean, Tarsem is, you know, not all directors are different, and some are more on the visual artist side. That's Tarsem. I mean, he's going to present something that is going to be spectacular.
We have live local Fridays with J.R. Cepeda featuring Rome when In the Mix continues.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Moss.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
2016 is rapidly coming to an end. The best time to buy your next vehicle is now. During Cars Plus year-end blowout sales event, now's the time to buy with confidence and save thousands on the award-winning 2017 Hyundai lineup, like the Hyundai Accent, now starting at $12,717, or the Hyundai Elantra, now starting at $16,917. How about the beautifully redesigned 2017 Hyundai Tucson, now starting at just $19,917, or save $5,000 off the Hyundai Santa Fe. Hurry in today. Our year-end blowout sales event absolutely ends Saturday, December 31st. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Health, home, and lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Issa Baza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine.
The year 2016 is definitely one for the history books, with several impactful events on the local and international scene. What got you buzzing, and what big issues will significantly affect our community in the new year? Get insider perspective and reflections on the year gone by from the KUAM News team.
Rehash 2016 on the stations and networks of KUAM and online at KUAM.com, the KUAM News mobile app, and our social media platforms. Happy New Year from Guam's news leader. Rehash 2016 is presented by GPA.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Watch Health Check every Tuesday for community health information, advisories, and news you and your family can use for leading a healthier lifestyle. Health Check during KUAM News Extras, Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Is presented by The Deli, located in the Jones and Guerrero building in Hagåtña. Open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Kick off the new year by supporting local talent. It's the 4th anniversary of the Original Music Festival Guam, taking place on Sunday, January 8th at the Abandoned Ship in the heart of Tumon. In case you didn't know, OMFG is a quarterly concert on Guam featuring original music by local artists. Event coordinator Jeff Gonzalez says the event affords local bands and solo artists the opportunity to take the stage and shine. Hitting the stage will be Rachel Estevez of the Dolls, this time going solo acoustic, and also the intense alternative rock of the moment you've been waiting for. There's also the new indie rock artist Beyond the Tide, and the power pop punk group Fell Into Fracture. Try saying that 3 times fast. Come on by and enjoy an amazing showcase of some of Guam's incredible talent. It promises to be an evening of good company, good times, and most importantly, good music. Mark your calendars for Sunday, January 8th. The show begins at 9 p.m. Now, for more information, you can check out the event page on Facebook. Hope to see you there.
Well, that's our program. Thank you so much for watching. Now remember, if there's something you'd like to see featured on the show, you can email me at joan@kuam.com or find us on Facebook at KUAM in the Mix. You can also follow me on Snapchat and Instagram at Joan Charfris. Until then, have a great evening, be safe, and as promised, we close out the show tonight with music from Uno Man of the Year, J.R. Cepeda featuring Rome, where they performed on Live Local Fridays on Guam's favorite I-94. Enjoy and good night.
Turn my gin music up, and I'm puffing on my chest. I'm getting ready to face you. Can't call me obsessed. It's not your fault that they hover. I mean, no disrespect. This my right to be hellish. I still get jealous. I don't like the way it's looking at you. I'm starting to think you want him too. Am I crazy? Have I lost you? Even though I know you love me, can't help it. I turn my jam music up, and I'm puffing on my chest. I'm getting ready to face you. Can't call me obsessed. It's not your fault that they hover. I mean, no disrespect. It's my right to be hellish. I still get jealous. You're too sexy, beautiful. Everybody wants to take. That's why I still get jealous. You're too crazy, beautiful. Everybody wants to take. That's why I still get jealous. I wish you didn't have to post it all. No, no, no. Wish you save a little bit just for me. protective or possessive, yeah. Call it passing over aggression. Turn my gin music up and a puff in my chest. Getting ready to face you. Can't call me obsessed. It's not your fault that they hover. I mean, no disrespect. This my right to be finished. I still get jealous. You're too sexy, beautiful. Everybody wants you to. That's why I still get jealous. You're too crazy, beautiful. Everybody wants you to. That's why I still get jealous.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.